Hey good people, welcome to Frizz and Fragrance. My name is Kara. Whether you're new or returning, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me for another one today. Today we're going to be talking about dupes that have done it better than the OGs, and both of my dupes are going to be from the Dua brand fragrance house, and I have found two that have definitely beat out the original scents, and I had to share them with you all. So if that sounds good, keep watching this video. Let me know what you think, and if you're getting into fragrances the way that I am and love trying new scents, definitely consider joining this community. We smell good over here, and I would love to have you back. Let's get started. So how are you? I'm well. However, I just filmed half of this video with my mic off. So I was like, okay, that kind of warmed me up because I kept like stuttering over my words. It's all good. It happens. I did get my car out of the shop today. I got a new AC compressor, which I've needed for a while. So I'm happy to have my car back. They had it for about a week. All in all, things are great. So let me know how you are doing. And we're going to get into these fragrances, y'all. So one of the fragrances I no longer have in my collection. It had to be returned because I really despised it. But the other one is still in my collection, so that's where we're going to start. We're going to be starting with the Jo Malone London Ginger Biscuit Cologne. Now I just purchased this one towards the end of 2023, and this is a limited edition holiday release from Jo Malone London. I do believe that this releases every year. I'm not sure when this fragrance first launched, but when I heard just the title, like Ginger Biscuit, I'm a gourmand girl and I like foodie scents. So ginger and biscuit together, I've just thought this is gonna smell like Christmas. This is gonna smell like a ginger snap cookie. And I was really excited. I feel like it's a little bit different than like the snickerdoodle type scents that we get around the holiday season, and the cinnamon, even though this one has some cinnamon in it. The ginger was really intriguing to me. I felt like it was gonna be something different and unique to my collection, which it is. So let's get into the notes, and then I'm gonna tell you why I don't really care for this and why the dupe is better. So in Ginger Biscuit, we have top notes of ginger, cinnamon, and nutmeg. We have middle notes of caramel and hazelnut, and we have base notes of vanilla and tonka bean. When you spray this, you get this bright burst of ginger. You can smell the cinnamon and the nutmeg. It smells exactly how it says it's gonna smell. I don't really get any caramel or hazelnut, and I don't really get too much vanilla or tonka bean either. And the reason why is because this fragrance is so fleeting. It is not long lasting at all. I don't feel like I even get to the dry down. When I spray my fragrances, I don't spray very heavy on my skin because certain fragrances tend to break me out. Certain oils, certain notes, and I haven't really pinpointed that yet. So I spray more so on my clothes heavy, and I do spray some on my wrists, but I cannot spray too heavy. I was really disappointed that this fragrance did not last at all. And when I say it didn't last, I'm not talking about, oh, after a few hours I had to apply it. I'm not looking for something that's gonna last all day long. However, by the time I sprayed this in the morning and left the house, it smelled like I didn't spray anything on me at all. I don't mind something drying down to a skin scent eventually, or when I'm doing something, I get whiffs of the fragrance for me. I'm not really someone, at least right now, who needs to be smelled as soon as they walk in the room. But I at least want to smell the fragrance. And it was so disappointing that this one did not last, because it's really a unique scent and a unique addition to my growing perfume or fragrance collection. I don't have the exact price for this fragrance. It's not being sold right now, but you can find it on Mercari and eBay for the upper 100s, even $200. And for this to not last when it's expensive, no, that is a no. So it makes me wonder, if I have this dupe that I know is better, do I even want to keep this in my collection? Yes, it's unique, but it's not really worth the price for me. So let's talk about the dupe. Now, both dupes are from the Dua brand fragrance house, as I was mentioning in the beginning of the video. And I was on the site because they were having a sale for 33% off. And I came across the Cologne of Ginger Biscuit. Now, I do want to mention, I think this is 100 mLs. So, I mean, you're getting a lot, but you're gonna be using a lot because it's not strong and it's not long lasting. Now, the Dua fragrances, most of them, they say they have travel sizes, but they're always out of stock. This one is 34 mLs, and let me tell you how much it is, y'all. $33. $33 regular price. You can usually find a 15% off. And if you have a cart usually of $150 or more, you can get 33% off, and they are always having a sale. And if you spend $150, not only will you get the 33% off, you can get several fragrances to try out versus just having this one. Not encouraging anyone to spend $150. I think $33 is totally reasonable for this. Also, when you think about travel and bringing things with you, if you want to reapply during the day, I throw these in my book bag all the time. I'd rather throw this in my bag than this one. The notes are exactly the same. So even though they say the fragrances are inspired by, there are no changes in the notes at all. And when you spray this, I really cannot tell the difference between the two. And I was really so surprised, but I can't. The only difference that I noticed is that the Cologne of Ginger Biscuit, not sure if I even said the name, but the Cologne of Ginger Biscuit lasts way longer than the OG Ginger Biscuit. That's the only difference that I really needed because I really like the smell. And if you don't like foodie scents, gourmand scents, Christmassy scents, that nutmeg, cinnamon, ginger snap cookies, you're just not gonna like this fragrance. But if you were disappointed by the longevity of the Jo Malone, I would really recommend this one. I don't know what other dupes are out there, and currently this one is out of stock. I will continue to scour the site to see if it comes back, because the one thing that I've realized about the Dua brand is that, one, they come out with a lot of fragrances. Two, they come in and out of stock all the time. But for $33, you really cannot beat this price, even if the longevity was trash.
Can I look outside for a second?
Can you look outside?
Yes.
Sure, you can look outside. This could have trash longevity and I wouldn't be mad, but I am mad about this. And I've heard from others that the Jo Malone fragrances don't last long. I know they have some that are more of the intense versions, but this, this makes me so upset because I really like this, and I'm so glad that I found this one. So let me know your thoughts. Do you have Ginger Biscuit? And what do you think about it? Does it last long on you? Because we are all different. The bottom line is the dupe is better. And I just became familiar with the Dua brand last year because the perfumes and the sales kept coming up on my Instagram feed. And finally I was like, let me just try it out. And I did do a video. I think I had about 5 scents, and I would say, maybe I had 6, but I would say 3 to 4 of them were hits. And I've noticed that the ones that they create to dupe the high-end fragrances, they seem to be really good. And then they have their own fragrances and they're okay. But the inspired ones so far have been spot on. That's the Cologne of Ginger Biscuit. I would definitely pick this one. And let's get to the other one. Now this next fragrance, y'all, I'm kind of a clown for purchasing it because I hated the OG. My curiosity got the better of me. And we are talking about Vanilla Sex by none other than Thomas Ford. Tom Ford fragrances can be hit or miss for me because I love Lost Cherry, but Lost Cherry doesn't last. Same thing with Cherry Smoke. Tobacco Vanille is a favorite. Bitter Peach is a favorite. I've smelled some others here and there, but the ones that I'm mentioning, those are the ones that I like. But longevity, that's where sometimes Tom Ford is missing me. Now, when I heard the notes for Vanilla Sex, I just knew this was going to be the one, y'all. This was going to be the one, and I was really excited about it. So let's go ahead and talk about it. We have top notes of bitter almond, middle notes of vanilla, we have floral notes, and then in the base we have vanilla absolute, ultra vanille, tonka bean, and sandalwood. I did a whole review of this, and I'm going back to my little fragrance book because I don't own it anymore. This was $250 for 30 mLs and $395 for 50 mLs. And I'm going back to my notes. The opening has that almond smell, but there was something in there that smelled like either root beer, licorice, toothpaste, And then you could smell the vanilla kind of in the back. And then as it dried down, the vanilla started to creep in. But there was this animalic note that smelled like poop. I don't know what else to say. It smelled like poop. And when people were saying that it smelled good, I just did not know what they were smelling, because it smelled like somebody used the bathroom and then they tried to spray something to cover up the funk. I just could not get with it. I was really disappointed. I thought this was a blind buy worthy fragrance, which is why I blind bought it. It just wasn't. Animalic note that creeped up after it sat for a while. I just could not get it out of my nose. I was just appalled by it. And so when people are loving it, I'm like, it's so crazy how fragrance is subjective, because I just didn't get that from this. And then I saw that the dupe, which is called Intimate with Vanilla, it was $60 and then it went to $33, and I'm like, it's probably not good. I would say with the Vanilla Sex, you have to try it on skin and not paper, because you would need to see if that animalic note comes out on you, because it came out on me and I have never smelled anything like it. And I heard someone say, oh, the almond smell, it kind of smells like cherry. No, it doesn't. Cherry is my favorite note, and there was no remotely cherry smell in this on me. Let's talk about Intimate with Vanilla. As I said, this was a clown buy, but $33 with 33% off. I just was like, I have to try it. I'm gonna go ahead and spray this. Also, really fast, the duo fragrances oftentimes have to macerate, they have to sit. The ones that I have, I usually like them right away. So let's go ahead. This is just the most odd smelling vanilla. It's almost like root beer, Play-Doh. I'm not sure what people are smelling. I mean, the notes are exactly the same. I am gonna, unfortunately, spray a little bit on my skin. I think this one is better. It does, hold on. Just when I was thinking I didn't smell that animalic note, it's starting to come out. Okay, so maybe this dupe isn't exactly better, but what I would say is I'm glad to have the dupe over the original, because I'm okay saying that maybe I'm not gonna wear this, maybe I need to let it sit, I'm not sure how I feel about it. What I was not okay with is paying $250 and being like, I'm not sure if I like this, or this has an underlying poop smell. You see what I'm saying? And for those reasons, I think the dupe is better. You couldn't even get a travel size of Vanilla Sex for $33. So having the 30 mLs, I can play around with this. I can let it sit. I can decide how I feel, because I've noticed that since I've gotten into fragrances, my nose changes. Sometimes I'm in the mood for certain things, sometimes I'm not. I can deal with that for this price. I can't deal with it for the original price. So I did take Vanilla Sex back. It's just so crazy to me, because every note in here is a note that I like. I don't really like too much floral, and I don't smell florals in here. But all the vanillas, the almond, all of these are notes that I like. I just think that this smell doesn't mesh well with my own chemistry. The OG lasted really long on me, and I'm not sure if I was just noticing it because I really couldn't stand the smell, or if it was long lasting. But this is an exact dupe. Both of these scents that we talked about today, for me, are exact dupes of the OG. It's like, why even bother? Especially with Ginger Biscuit, because it lasts so much longer. They really did a good job with recreating both of these fragrances, and they're both so very unique that I can't believe they got these spot on the way that they did. So I just wanted to come on here and talk about this. And I do have some more duo fragrances that I want to talk about with you all. I don't have all of the OGs, but I do have samples of some of them, and just let you know, because one thing that I'm realizing as my fragrance collection grows, fragrances are so expensive. I thought makeup was expensive. I thought skincare was expensive. And sometimes we blind buy things, especially if they are fragrances that we can't try on in store. No one wants to waste any money, but none of us have money to waste to just have a fragrance bottle sitting on your dresser and you're just looking at it like, damn, I really thought I was gonna like this and I don't. I just think the Vanilla Sex or Intimate with Vanilla, this just isn't my fragrance. But I think if you were curious about the Tom Ford, I would go with this. But there's also a reason why this one went on sale from $60 to $33. There's a reason for that. And I think it's because a lot of people aren't really into the scent. There are so many other vanillas out here that you can go with. You don't even need to waste your time with this one. But if you just must try it, go with this one. Because sometimes when I smell this, it smells okay. And then sometimes when I smell it, I'm like, no, there's something foul there, and I don't want anybody to smell that on me. This one though, if you can get your hands on this one, I think you would love it if you like ginger snap cookies. And I would not even waste my time fooling with this at all. I would totally skip it, and I probably will try to sell this one. I would not keep something like this for the bottle, because when I look at it, it's just gonna make me mad. So no, this is a no, this is a yes. I will keep y'all posted if this one comes back in stock. I will definitely let you know. And I'll put the site in the description box because they're having a sale right now. And if you miss it, like, don't even feel bad because they just had a 33% off sale. They have tons of sales. So let me know what you think about the OGs of these scents, Jo Malone, Ginger Biscuit, Thomas Ford, Vanilla Sex, and let me know what you think about the inspired fragrances, the Cologne of Ginger Biscuit and Intimate with Vanilla. And honestly, let me know how you feel about inspired fragrances in general. I'm new to the fragrance community and I don't know if it is looked at a certain way when fragrances dupe high-end fragrances or designer fragrances. And the same thing happens in other industries. It definitely happens over in the beauty world all the time. So let me know how you feel about that. And I am gonna get on out of here. Thank you so much for taking out some of your time and hanging out with me for another one today. I hope this was therapy for you. It always is for me. And until I see you again, make sure you're being gentle with yourself. Talk to yourself nice, stay safe, and you know I'll see y'all really soon. Bye.